Hey everyone, in this video we'll be covering a very unique Egyptian ritual with Thoth for spiritual growth and life-changing spiritual realization, with Metatron doing half of the request, which is very powerful. Jumping right into this, using a goddess to mediate contact with Thoth. A goddess stated once, feeling for contact. Contact is there kind of in the face and sort of chest area, very common for energetic stimulation, change. A goddess, I ask that you bring me the Egyptian spirit Thoth. Very kind of in the head energy, sort of like a upside down horseshoe, a big U that's upside down, not an N. It doesn't feel as complete like an N. Feeling into the energy, Thoth, I ask for very deep spiritual evolution and growth as it relates to knowing who I truly am and understanding myself intuitively and spiritually far deeper. Feeling for that request. Kind of feeling differently deeper because Metatron shows up for me especially indirectly. Metatron, I ask for your presence, and that's kind of just there already because very powerful. The archangels don't have to be called directly. They can be called indirectly as long as other spirits are kind of around, which is kind of a indirect, kind of unknown idea for the occult. They can be, people talk to them directly anyway, but the archangels are very easy to call. You just have to have intuitive awareness to be able to feel them. Metatron, I ask that you amplify this request with Thoth in all possible ways and bring me life-changing spiritual realization. Almost awkward wording, but it isn't, such that I have long-term spiritual growth. Meditating on this, I almost forgot about this because it's a very different ritual. So Metatron is doing this part and amplifying Thoth for this part. So it's kind of the same thing, but not at all really. Like changing our spiritual realization versus growth. And this is a very kind of dual evocation kind of ritual which doesn't exist normally. You don't need to use Metatron for just angels. It could be for even demons, which some people wouldn't understand. Don't complicate it. It works. I don't care about almost the history of the myth, the mechanics of it, technicalities of it. It works, but I understand it in my own way why it works, and it's just that the spirits work together far more than you can realize. It's sort of like understanding if two people like each other and you think that they don't like each other, what if they're friends? In a very different way. It may not be what you think, and these spirits definitely work with each other. Kind of meditating on both of these requests, kind of not overlapping but very similar. Very unique kind of dual energy here, kind of shifting everything. That's why these rituals are incredibly powerful. Metatron is a very powerful, not just Archangel Peter. It's just not just the Archangel idea, it's a very powerful spirit in general. It's like kind of, never mind the Archangel title, very useful, powerful spirit that's very helpful. That's why I like these spirits, because it doesn't matter what paradigm they are, just call them and ask for help because they're useful, they're helpful. Thank you for your presence, Thoth and Metatron. And possibly deep and sort of enriching ritual. Almost can't be equaled in terms of how useful this stuff is for spiritual growth and life-changing stuff. End of ritual for now.